Peachy, 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 you are a bad girl. What's up, Undertoads? Derek from Classic Game Room here. And obviously we review a lot of video games. So many that one of the questions we get a lot is, what are you guys gonna do if you run out, right? Like, there's a finite amount of video games that exist in the universe. And we are certainly chipping away at that number. So what do you do if you run out? Well, two things. One, there are new ones coming out like every week. Chill out, we'll be okay. And two, we have a lot of crap. So, long story short, I brought in my toys. So if you're a Nintendo fan, one of the things you have to be very happy about in this sort of post-Wii world that we live in is the fact that the company's success has really elevated Nintendo's consumer awareness. And one of the companies that's really leading the way in terms of Nintendo toys specifically is an Australian company called Goldie Marketing, particularly their Super Mario line. You see that stuff everywhere. This is similar to the stuff you get from Goldie, only way better quality, and we're gonna take a look at them today. So it's a 5-piece set, obviously, of mini figurines, characters from the Super Mario series. And again, what differentiates these ones from the Goldie ones, the ones you find really in stores everywhere, is the quality. The Goldie stuff is good, and it's really cool, but there's really no comparison in terms of the general quality of the design and the manufacturing here. Way better than what you find in the Goldie stuff, and there's probably a reason for that. These are from the Nintendo World Store, and I'm pretty sure it's the only place you could get them. In fact, here's a direct comparison of the Nintendo World Store Mario on the right and one of the Goldie Marios on the left from one of their sets. The first thing that strikes you right away is the size difference. The Nintendo World Store Mario is much bigger, not only in terms of height, but actually in terms of thickness and in the general sturdiness and quality of the manufacturing. There's a sort of sturdiness to the Nintendo Mario. This one's a little more flimsy. But I think the more apparent difference is in sort of the polish and the finish of this thing, particularly in the paint job. So you can see a lot of little blemishes. You can see that there is a difference in quality compared to something like this, where there's really no plastic seams on the nose or anything, and the paint the paint job's much better. Not only sort of with the different finishes, which I think is awesome, but just sort of the attention to detail, staying in the lines, things like that. Much better on the Nintendo World Store Mario than sort of some of the Goldie stuff you found in stores. And really, each figurine in this set is really well done, and if you want an example of the detail, you just check out Toad. The little guy's hands are so tiny, but there's actually detail in his palms. It might be hard to see on camera, but he's got actually, like, you can see his hand fat on his thumb, like the little pad you have. Toad actually has that in this little figurine. There's some texture to his hand, as opposed to it just being a flat surface, which is really, really impressive. You can see a lot of that detail on Luigi too, in terms of the bill of his cap. It has that little sewing seam on it, especially on his suspenders. Really nicely done, all the way down to shiny shoes. It's a beautiful set. Peach is really impressive too, from her eyelashes and eyebrows, which are really tiny paint strokes, to the sort of the folds of her dress. The way it looks like, it bends and flows like real fabric. And what's really cool is, Peach isn't just one chunk of plastic like a lot of these toys are. It's actually a real dress, right? Like, it's hollow on the inside. And you can see her royal shoes, which are also well done. So, there are a lot of sets out there similar to this. The Goldie stuff is great. We're going to be looking at a lot of those sets as well over the next few days. But I had to start with this one because it's my favorite, but also because, man, the quality just really sets it apart. I am sorry to say I don't know if you can still get these at the Nintendo World Store, but if you can find these, if you're a serious Nintendo collector, they're really nice to have. They're so well done that they're even nice just for, like, to dress up your desk, show your Nintendo love, and to have to do it in a way that's, elegant and understated enough with enough quality that, I don't know, even like toys, what are they? Oh, they're mini figurines. It's the adult word for distractions and toys. I have a lot of distractions and toys, but we're gonna take a look at a lot of them. But none better than the Nintendo World Store set. Although I gotta tell you, I would have pegged Peach as a thong girl. Or maybe that's wishful thinking.